Alright guys, so this video is going to be talking about an application problem dealing with word problems. So we're going to have a situation here that we're going to have to read through and try and create our own equation that we're then going to have to solve. So let's go ahead and jump right into the problem. So this one here says that we have two tanks that must have a total capacity of 400 gallons. If one tank needs to be twice the size of the other one, how many gallons should each tank hold? So we have two tanks, and together both of the tanks need to have 400 gallons. And the only thing that we know is that one is going to be twice the other one. And based off this situation, we need to create our equation and then we need to solve it. So this is what I'm thinking when it comes to this. Now, we don't know a lot about what's in each one of these two tanks, but I do know that I have two of them and that these two need to add up to 400 gallons. So it says 400 gallons total. So I have tank 1, and when I add that to tank 2, that means that tank 1 plus tank 2 are going to equal 400 gallons. So I'm doing an addition problem here. So far I've got, hey, tank 1 plus tank 2 is 400 gallons. Now we've got to try and figure out, well, what are we going to be plugging in for tank 1 and for tank 2 that's going to allow us to be able to solve this equation. And kind of when it comes to a lot of these here that you need to translate and figure out, they don't give you, or they seem like they don't give you enough information, but they really do if you kind of just break it down. So we're going to look at tank 1 first. So this is going to be tank 1, this is going to be tank 2 here. I don't know much about tank 1, right? I just know that however much is in tank 1, the other one's going to be double. So if I don't know how much is in tank 1, I'm just going to say that tank 1 is my x. When you don't know what something is, typically we assign it as a variable of x. So I'm just going to say that tank 1 is x, okay? So if tank 1 is x, I need tank 2 to be double that. And when you're doubling something, think about the math that's involved in that. When I double something, that's multiplying it by 2, right? Because if I have a 4 and I want to double 4, that's going to give me an 8. 4 times 2 is 8, and so forth. 10 times 2 is 20. So anytime I want to double something, all I have to do is multiply it by 2. So if I want double x, right, well, x times 2 is 2x, right? So if I have x, tank 2 is going to be double that, so it's going to be 2x. So tank 1 plus tank 2, x plus 2x, is going to equal 400 gallons. And this is the setup for this problem. So this is going to be our equation. Now what we're going to have to do next then, after we have our equation, now we need to solve this thing. Okay, so when it comes to solving this, it's a fairly simple equation here. We do need to make sure that we do see that these are like terms here. So the first thing that we need to do is combine our like terms. 1x plus 2x gives me 3x. And that's still going to equal to 400 there. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Remember that this 3x is 3 times x. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So when we go ahead and do this division, 400 divided by 3, I get 133.33333. I'm just going to shorten that and say this is 133.3. Now, we do need to pause here and kind of stop and make sure we are solving or we are answering the specific question. It says how many gallons should each tank hold? So this 133.3, that is what x equals. Remember that x is tank 1, right? So tank 1 is equal to 133.3 gallons. So we know that we have 400 total gallons. If we take 400 minus 133.3, we do get 266.66666. So we'll just round that to 266.7. And there we have how many gallons are in tank 1, how many gallons are in tank 2. That's it for this video.